Virgo, this week changes your mental landscape before it changes your outer life, and for someone like you, that matters deeply. Mercury, your ruling planet, enters Gemini and immediately collides with Uranus, activating your career direction, future planning, public identity, and relationship with control. News arrives quickly. Expectations shift. Conversations change the trajectory of something important, and at first, your instinct may be to immediately solve the uncertainty. But this week is not asking you to solve everything immediately. It's asking you to stop mistaking hypervigilance for preparedness. Because underneath the mental activity, there's emotional exhaustion you've been managing quietly for too long. Venus entering Cancer softens your social world and emotional support systems. Friendships become emotionally important again. Community matters. Emotional reciprocity matters. You may suddenly realize who consistently shows up for you and who only appears when they need your competence. That realization creates emotional distance where you once overextended yourself automatically. And honestly, that's healthy. Around May 19th, Mercury trines Pluto and sextiles Neptune, creating one of the most intuitive periods you've had in weeks. Your observations become extremely sharp. Hidden dynamics become visible. Someone may reveal more than they intended through a single sentence. Trust what you notice. Your intuition is more accurate than your anxiety wants you to believe. But emotionally, there's another layer unfolding this week too. Somewhere around the middle of the week, you may feel unexpectedly vulnerable about your future. A plan may no longer feel emotionally aligned, or you may realize you've been building stability around obligations instead of fulfillment. That realization can feel frightening at first, because Virgo energy naturally wants certainty before movement. But the Sun entering Gemini and conjoining Uranus later in the week disrupts old assumptions intentionally. A career path changes. A possibility appears suddenly. A conversation alters your long-term perspective. You are being redirected, not punished. And Mars entering Taurus actually helps you more than you initially realize. It grounds your nervous system and reminds you that sustainable progress matters more than frantic progress. Slow momentum is still momentum, especially if it lasts. Be careful emotionally near the weekend, though. Venus square Neptune may create emotional confusion in friendships or relationships. Someone may become emotionally unclear, or you may project hopes onto a situation that still lacks concrete consistency. Wait for actions, not just emotional atmosphere. And Virgo, there's one truth this week that may quietly change your life. You do not need to earn rest by reaching collapse first. You do not need to prove your worth through constant usefulness. The people who truly love you are not measuring your value through productivity. By the weekend, something inside you softens, not into passivity, into clarity. You begin realizing that peace is not the absence of ambition. It's the absence of constant internal war. Virgo, your tarot card is the Page of Cups. This week carries emotional softness you may not fully expect. The Page of Cups appears when vulnerability returns carefully after emotional fatigue. A message may arrive unexpectedly. A gentle emotional opening appears. Or you may simply notice yourself feeling more emotionally sensitive than usual. And honestly, that sensitivity is not weakness. It is reconnection. This card also favors creativity, intuition, and emotional honesty. Pay attention to dreams, coincidences, artistic impulses, and emotional reactions that seem small but linger strongly afterward. Your subconscious is communicating important truths this week. There may also be someone around you whose emotional approach feels sincere but uncertain. Give things room to unfold naturally. Not everything meaningful needs immediate definition. The Page of Cups reminds you that healing often begins quietly, through softness, curiosity, and emotional openness, returning one careful step at a time.
Virgo, you get hexagram 61, Wind over Lake, Inner Truth. This is one of the clearest intuition hexagrams in the I Ching. Inner truth appears when emotional honesty becomes unavoidable. Your instincts are extremely accurate this week, especially regarding people's emotional sincerity. You may notice subtle inconsistencies, emotional tension beneath words, or hidden motives very quickly now. Trust yourself. Your emotional intelligence is sharper than your anxiety wants you to believe. There's also a message here about self-trust. You have spent too much time seeking certainty externally before validating your own emotional perceptions internally. This hexagram changes that. And emotionally, Inner Truth says that peace arrives the moment you stop abandoning your intuition to maintain external harmony. Your spirit already knows what is real. This week simply asks you to stop pretending otherwise.
Virgo, your rune is Laguz. Laguz is the rune of intuition, emotional flow, subconscious wisdom, and spiritual sensitivity. Your emotional perception becomes unusually strong this week. You may sense emotional shifts before people verbalize them. Dreams may become vivid. Creative impulses may feel emotionally charged, or your body may react strongly to environments and emotional atmospheres that no longer feel aligned. Trust that sensitivity. Laguz appears when logic alone cannot fully navigate what is unfolding emotionally. There is also a warning here against emotional over-control. Water stagnates when over-contained. Your feelings need movement, expression, and acknowledgement instead of constant internal management. And emotionally, Laguz says this: your intuition is not the enemy of stability, ignoring it is.
This week was not about perfection. It was about honesty, about recognizing where your spirit has become tired and allowing yourself to move toward gentleness instead of endless pressure. Some of you are entering a new emotional chapter now, even if the first steps still feel uncertain. If this reading spoke to you, leave a comment telling me what truth became clearer for you this week. Sometimes naming the shift aloud is what finally makes it real. And don't forget to watch your rising sign as well. Your rising sign often reveals the timing and deeper structure behind what your heart is currently experiencing. Be gentle with yourself this week. Your future is still unfolding beautifully.